Now, this video is probably going to seem a little bit strange because what I want to talk about is what we can learn from a baby when it comes to trading. And it's actually more than you think. I know it sounds kind of silly. Before we start, I want to offer you this free PDF on trading price patterns. You can download it with the link above or in the description below. And no, it's not about chart art. It's about common daily chart patterns that we can trade. So let's get back to talking about babies and trading. And it sounds stupid, okay? But a baby is brand new to this world. They have no concept of fear. They're not concerned by losing, looking stupid. They're not worried about competition. And they see adults and older kids doing things that they can't do. They can't just walk to a toy when they feel like it. They can't communicate exactly what they want. So what do when they advance? So now baby's going to attempt to do these things on their own. And little by little, they're going to improve. The mistakes that they make, like falling on their face, it's going to become smaller, less frequent. And eventually what happens is they master the skill. Now the baby, being a baby, the mistakes are going to happen every single day. But without a preconception, and they have no fear, and the drive to succeed, eventually the kid does succeed. And they learn from each and every mistake that they make. In an odd kind of old dog way, when we learn more, we tend to lose this capacity to master new skills because of the experiences that we've already had, like learning to walk or talk properly. Learning to trade entails making many errors along the way. And it's important that you are able to identify what these errors are. And that's why keeping a record of your trades or journaling is really important. But once you see where you're going wrong, you can adapt and you can adjust until eventually you're pretty good and you're able to replicate your results consistently. And the problem is that rather than concentrating on what the errors are and looking to improve, new traders, and for that matter too, more experienced ones that have yet to find success, they deny the existence of errors completely. Look, they do not fully explore their errors or the root causes, or they attempt to avoid the situations entirely where the errors could occur. So the danger is that they might just uncover something that's really painful to deal with. And they may find that there's something they're really not too good at. And that's ego. And that ego gets battered and the pride gets bruised. And for your information, lack of effort in something is also an avoidance mechanism, just so you know. So next comes a driving factor in being competent or even highly skilled. So why does a baby try to walk and talk? What's the motivation for that? Well, maybe they get positive encouragement from their parents, but obviously the reason is probably deeper. I think there's a realization inside of the freedom that these skills provide. The ability to choose what you want to eat, when to go to the washroom, or to play with that favorite toy, and when you want to do it. That's a strong driver to find success. And so the baby sees others doing these things, and therefore they're able to figure out what they can probably do, and they want to do them too. So when the motives of a trader are all about greed or pride, what ends up the common denominator? Fear. So does fear inhibit your ability to learn and progress? Sure it does, yeah. So let's accept our struggles and find our solutions. So what my advice to any new trader or to an experienced trader that's struggling to accept that they're just not trading very well are these things I'm going to cover right here. I think you really have to, number one, is figure out the real reason that you want to be successful as a trader. You got to try to take the ego out of that equation. So maybe make it about making an independent living where you don't have to clock in 9 to 5, or even something simple that you're just really passionate about it and excited about what you've learned so far and what else there is to learn. You got to be humble, or you have to prepare to be humbled. This is not like Little League. There is none in trading. And the objective of your competitors, which is basically everyone else, is to take your trading account balance and put it into theirs. You want to push your comfort zone a little bit every single day and realize that you're probably going to feel vulnerable. Make a mental note of that. You could, for example, set a target and try to achieve it. Now, I'm not talking about a profit target. I'm talking about a trading action type target. I want you to think of things like taking your stop every single time or making sure you fill out your trade journal. Come hell or high water, doesn't matter. You do it consistently every single time. Keep records of your progress. Make sure you review it regularly. When you see positive or negative changes, it's not as stark from day to day. Big improvements, they should happen over time, steadily, but over time. And you want to use your errors in trading as a source of strength and improvement. And you got to embrace them as perhaps the most beneficial way to learn. Try to be part of a more experienced community if you can, of some kind. If you see that your trading objective is attainable because you've seen other people succeed, you're much more likely to dig deep when the going gets tough. I want you to take the emotions out of learning by looking at someone else. Let's say you analyze someone, preferably someone that you don't know, and they're trying to learn a new skill. Very quickly, you're able to see the ways in which their approach is beneficial to progress and the self-inflicted obstacles that they face. And then compare that to yourself. Over time, look, even if you fail to begin with, persistent effort is going to ultimately yield some improvement. But I think you got to be like a baby. Have no ego. Have no fear. Just set a goal and have the resolve to reach it. That's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I hope you hit subscribe. Talk to you soon.